Yo, what's up, guys? It's time for our weekly recap, and I felt that I was pretty spot on with my thesis of Bitcoin and Solana and pretty much how I wanted the markets to react. So let's first go over the Bitcoin chart. As you know, I had this point of interest. I took a nice short here, but I had this point of interest between this weekly high right here and this zone here. That zone got tapped as we are one day away from the FOMC, and we've had a pretty nice drawdown since that zone, about 4-ish% on Bitcoin. So this zone was very key. It was the weekly high right here, and yeah, this zone at 107 is still pretty valid to me, and we have a weekly pivot right here. But Bitcoin, again, I said I'm not interested in any longs, and it still feels bearish until we can reclaim these key levels here at 118K, which we still have not. So I'm holding these shorts personally. I really like that we displaced this low here. I can run you through the short that I took really quickly. So pretty much what happened was earlier in New York session we were pumping. Okay, like first off, I'm not trusting a New York session pump right before FOMC. Like just fully grind green into the New York session from Sunday. So that's the first sign. And then we come up to the weekly high after we once swept it. We come to the weekly high again and have a sharp reject. Okay, after the sharp reject, we have just some like choppy price action. We come up here in this zone. I think it was like a 786 fib, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then on the 15-minute, we had this just 15-minute little gap right here. And I entered it here. I set my stops over this leg that failed to reclaim any of these levels. And then, yeah, I pretty much targeted the monthly open. It was a really short trade, but that was just a scalp, and I've also had swing shorts open previously that I was scaling into over the weekend. So now let's go over to Solana. If you go back like 2 videos, I said Solana looks to be pretty bearish. Even if we come up, I said displace this high, which is exactly what we did. We came up, we displaced the high, we retested it, and then pushed higher. So in my opinion, this is where a lot of people got very bullish. They said the structure is looking very nice, and we came right into the 786 zone from this previous high here on the recovery of the liquidation wick, and then we had a rejection, chopped a little more, and then ultimately came down. So I want to go higher time frame on Solana real quick on the daily chart. And as you can see, since April 7th of 2025, we've been in this pretty much uptrend for Solana. I have a few points here, like right here, right here, and yeah, they're not perfect, but like each time they've like bounced from it, right? And this could have been a valid point. Okay, maybe this is just a deeper trend, little fake out, and we're gonna recome and claim this zone right here. As you can see, that's not the case, and we've started forming this sort of price action. And I said that these three lows, it's not a super low chance that these get hit. Like this should get taken out in my opinion. So yeah, like look, we rejected off this trend right here, came down. Now we're just doing the little range, whatever. Especially if this daily tomorrow can close like this and invert this. I mean, I'm expecting this to get swept for sure. But anything can happen. It's FOMC, so I'm always going to keep my risk intact. To be honest, I'm trailing my stops at 203.7 right here. Just, yeah. And then if it comes up, stops me out, and comes back down, it's okay. I'll look for a re-entry, but I just want to make sure I'm safe for the FOMC. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Solana. As long as we are holding this zone here, 197, like 198 pretty much, the longer time we spend underneath this area, the higher the probability is that we come down and maybe do something like this. Like that is definitely a probability, or something like, yeah, we get a strong bounce and then come down, another bounce, something like this. Pretty much anything is on the table, but that's what I'm looking at for on Solana. Now, let's go to Ethereum. Pretty much the same exact chart as Solana, still keeping this as the major high of the retracement. And then we came up, sort of tested it, and then came down. Now I think this is a weekly level or something. But just to note again, after the largest crypto liquidation event, we're still trading in a range within just pretty much rebalancing this gap. So until I see confirmation of that close on Bitcoin over 118K, I'm not long anything. BNB, same thing. I literally talked about this channel. So we're just trading in this channel. Boom, we come to the channel high and then we dump. So pretty simple on everything that I explained last video. Gold, the zone that I had, it pretty much came to our entry, almost stopped us out. Now it's back up here. I honestly didn't take the trade. None of us in Discord took the trade, but if you saw it on my YouTube video last time, here's the trade. I would just set the stop loss to break even. I'm not too focused on gold anymore. Pump, same thing. Like this zone I said here is pretty much a pretty good zone to reject. We're ranging, come up, sweep all these highs, and come down. So everything is pretty on point to what I said. XRP as well. It's just swept this high out. Now it's just trading under here. A lot of scammy wicks on here. So this is pretty shitty to trade. And I have actually lost 2 trades on XRP trying to scalp it. But it's good to know that we're getting the higher time frame thesis, not just like 15-minute scalps on the crypto market. So what we're watching for FOMC tomorrow is these weekly highs here. And honestly, if we were to not make this a local high, the probability of reclaiming 118 is pretty high. So I would honestly set Bitcoin stops above this, and there will definitely be another chance to short if we end up coming somewhere up here for FOMC and whatever. But again, I spoke about how weird this was, the Sunday pump. Everybody literally that I knew was like, this is the most bullish week ever, blah, blah, all this stuff. And the last confluence I have here is the NASDAQ. We have this opening gap, and we've traded 2% away from the gap. And yeah, so I could definitely see this gap getting filled, which would be so shitty for crypto. So just keep that in mind. But that's pretty much everything I'm looking for. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to update the Discord, probably go live for the FOMC, and I'll catch y'all later. I'll see you in the next one.